Welcome to In the Courtroom. I'm your host, Kay, and today we're going to be in the Honorable J, Cedric Simpson's courtroom. I'm just looking at the clip and I already know this is going to be awesome. So, we can go ahead and jump in now, guys.
TJ District Court for coming in on state of Michigan is now in session. This court is on here. The Honorable Judge J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
You may be seated. And I am looking for Mr. Sinatra. He's not here? No.
Thousands and thousands.
Don't look so happy. All right. So oh, really? Oh.
Do you want me to sit back now?
No, go for it. Please, put underwear.
Just a prosecuting attorney, Morgan Phillips, on behalf of the people waive any potential conflict between this honorable court and the public defender's office, though the people do not believe that such conflict make this avoidance with any doubt.
Thank you. And here we go. Mr. Brown.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I would note with pleasure that Ms. Barroso now has a seat and she even gets to do the waivers. How far we've come.
I know. Really? Right.
So, Lauren Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender, we likewise do not believe that there are any conflicts in this honorable court hearing these matters. If a conflict were to arise,
Thank you. Court for its part also does not believe that there's a conflict either in the Michigan
He's
court
so
rules or the
friendly.
cases decided
You know
they're
what I
under.
mean? He is
To the
a
extent a
friendly
conflict
guy.
does exist, given the waivers, the court
But I
will
guess they're all
consent to hear the
connected,
matter.
right? They see each other with
Court
these
does
cases.
call the cases of the people of the state of Michigan versus Sienna Grigsby.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
There's a lot of people in that courtroom.
Ms. Grigsby?
Here. Sir.
All right. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. First Assistant Public Defender Kalina Anderson with and on behalf of my client. Happy belated Valentine's Day.
Thank
No,
you.
she did it. No, she did it.
Your Honor, we're going to ask
You're
for
not going to win. Okay, I'm just letting you know. But go ahead.
Nice try buttering
Your Honor,
him.
we're asking for a 4-week adjournment. We're going to refer my client to the mitigation to get a mitigation letter.
All right. Hearing no objection, probable cause conference will be adjourned 4 weeks out as well.
That's simple.
March 14th, 2024, 9 a.m. Found on this matter will continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Court does call the case of the people versus Michael Smith.
Morning, Your Honor. Michael Smith here.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of the people.
He's
Good
in
morning, Your
jail.
Honor. Andrew Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, can you state your name, please? Sir?
Morning, Your Honor. Michael Smith.
I wonder what
Thank
he
you,
did.
sir. What are we doing?
Your Honor, I'm asking for an adjournment about 3 or 4 weeks. Mr. Smith reports to me he's being released from the Wayne County Jail on February 27th. He and I would then meet again when he understands he has to be here in person to go through the discovery in more detail. And I did inform Mr. Childers of that request.
Hearing no objection, March 14th, 2024, 9 a.m.
Thank you very much.
Court does call the cases of the people versus Emmanuel Channel.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of the people.
Andrew Bannis with it on behalf of Mr. Channels, who is present from the Ohio DOC custody, Your Honor.
Channels, can you state your name, please, sir?
Emmanuel Joseph Channels.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, if I may just try to be brief, your staff was kind enough to just give me a Zoom breakout with Mr. Channels because it's been very difficult to schedule a meeting through the Ohio DOC. During that Zoom breakout,
That was, of course, over my objection, but go ahead.
I did recognize it was a highly unique request and wasn't sure what the result would be. But it was a very positive result, except that Mr. Channel's microphone was not working the entire time. So I was able to read the charges and summarize the discovery to him and tell him he had a right to a preliminary examination. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to respond to any of that. So unless he's sure what he wants to do, I have to unfortunately ask for an adjournment.
Well, I don't know that question can even be asked. He could hear you, but he couldn't respond to you.
How does
Correct. And
that
they
work?
had someone working on the Polycom. I could see trying to fix
The
it,
mute
but
wasn't. The mute was
it
on?
wasn't fixed. Apparently,
That's
they
strange.
worked it out now.
All right, well, what do we want to do?
Mr. Channels, did you hear what I said?
I would say we can skip the hearing that you was talking about, and I mean we can continue, go ahead. I feel like the hearing is to kind of give me more insight, I guess. So I feel like I'm pretty up to date and understanding of what's going on and what's happening in this courtroom. So I mean, I feel like we could go ahead and skip it if that is the right thing. I don't know. My judge is kind of looking like that's not what the hearing is about.
So, Your Honor, I believe what he's saying is he wants to waive his right in both cases to preliminary.
I don't know that's what he said.
Exactly.
I don't think he knows what he wants to do.
Right.
May I have an adjournment, Your Honor, and I'll do my best to.
Exactly. What did you just say?
I feel like I understand what is in the hearing is basically to give me more insight on the case, right? Or is that wrong?
No.
Okay.
It's to determine whether or not there's probable cause to believe that a crime was committed and that you committed them, and whether or not you should stand trial.
I like that he explains things to people.
Okay. Well,
yeah, when said that way, it's different, isn't it?
Exactly.
But I mean, I feel like we can move along. I feel like I want to waive my rights. I feel I'm a man that want to take responsibility of what I did, and I know I did that. So.
Think about the offense.
Whoa.
Sir, here's what I'm going to do, because I've got to make sure that you understand exactly what you're doing. I understand that counsel's tried to communicate with you. That wasn't as successful as we'd like it to be, so I'm going to adjourn the probable cause, finding good cause to do so.
Wow.
Thank you. Given the circumstances, I'll adjourn it out. How much time did you need, counsel?
Holy
3 or 4 weeks.
I
would say
excuse
3 weeks.
Your Honor, I ain't trying to interrupt you or nothing, but I'm literally sitting here saying that I understand what's going on and I'm taking accountability for what I did, and I did commit those crimes. So
he said, "I did all those crimes."
I'm just being honest, like.
Oh my God!
I hear you.
Okay.
But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it my way.
Oh, he said he doesn't want.
All right.
He's like, I did it.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So I'm going to adjourn it out so you can speak with counsel to make sure all of your rights are protected. Okay.
All right, sounds great. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. March 7th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
Wow.
All right. Thank you, sir. Calls the case People versus Irvin Tolliver.
Edward Drucas on behalf of Irvin Tolliver.
Irvin Tolliver.
Thank you, sir.
Wow.
And Your Honor, I had an opportunity to meet with him prior to the docket today, and he expressed that he wants to seek an adjournment to obtain counsel. I'd be asking for 4 weeks.
Mr. Tolliver, you want to hire your own counsel? Is that it?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an adjournment for that purpose. This is the only adjournment you'll get for that purpose. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference March 14, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case People versus DeAndre Brandon.
Attorney Morgan LaRosa on behalf of the people.
Oh, they're not out yet. Court does call, I'll pass that one. Court does call the case People versus John, is it Obuck?
Yes, Your Honor. Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people.
Erica Julian appearing on behalf of John Obuck. He's being collected. He had another Zoom court at the exact same time that he was.
How does that work? They let them double book? How does negotiation
He had a 9:20 with Romulus. Thank you.
So he has a lot going on.
Today is the date and time set for probable cause conference.
Wow.
There's not an offer in this matter. We're asking to set the preliminary exam.
Discovery complete.
Yes, Your Honor.
When is this 27th, right?
Yeah.
People have their witnesses available the 27th. Sir, you need to take your hands out of your pockets, please.
He's fidgety.
Okay, so Your Honor.
Nervous, huh?
Preliminary examination will be set in person February 27th, 2024, 9 a.m. before Judge Barr. Bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Court recalls the case People State of Michigan versus DeAndre Brandon.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people.
Edward Drukas on behalf of DeAndre Brandon.
Okay. Why is
Your Honor, at
that
this
seat
time,
empty?
State your name, please, sir. DeAndre Brandon. Thank you.
I'd like to set this for a preliminary examination. I do have the discovery in this matter.
All discovery is complete.
To my knowledge, yes, Your Honor.
People would have their witnesses available the 27th.
I believe so, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person will be set February 27th, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Washington.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond continued. Thank you.
That's simple.
Court calls case People versus Ryan Thompson.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Erica Julian appearing on behalf of Ryan Thompson.
Your name, sir?
Ryan Thompson, sir.
Your Honor, may we briefly approach?
Okay.
Fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He's so friendly. Oh, so they turn the cameras off when they want to approach? I wonder what they're talking about then. Like, how does that work? Interesting. All right, let's see. Let's see. See that guy? He's in. He must be in jail. The one at the top in the middle must be in jail. And whose attorney is this? Man, zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom. Alright, let's see. Alright, looks like we're back in the room. Let's see.
Yes, the initial thing is you're looking to set this matter for a preliminary examination.
I am, Your Honor. We are seeking a preliminary exam date, and then I would request to make a bond motion.
Do you have this discovery complete?
As far as I can tell, Your Honor.
People would have their witnesses available the 27th.
Yes, Your Honor.
His demeanor seems different. I wonder what she said.
Preliminary examination in person will be set February 27th, 2024, 9 a.m. before Judge Barr. As to bond.
Yes, Your Honor. So there is a no contact order with Ryan's wife, Christy Thompson. She's the subject of count 2. And I believe that she's present in the courtroom today and would like to. Of course, you understand this case arose out of a U of M football tailgate out at the golf course Labor Day weekend for their opening game, I believe. And the whole context of the case is that Ryan and Christy have 5 children under the age of 4.
Ooh.
There are twins in there. And that one of them, a 4-year-old, had gone missing essentially. And then there was a big heightened emotional, lots of stuff that came out of that. And then ultimately what wound up being these criminal charges that we're undergoing due process for.
DV case.
So after the child was found, he was gone for about half an hour. There were a lot of allegations that started flying back and forth.
Anger.
And CPS became involved regarding the potential health of the family. They live in Lenawee County. They're from Morenci. And so CPS has been involved since September with them. And there is a probate case that's going on over there regarding the health of their family.
Emotions.
CPS, I spoke with a worker. He would really like the opportunity to be able to work with them together. That they have, due to the no contact order, they are unable to try to reunify the family, which is what their goal is over in Lenawee County. And so in order to affect that, we are asking for the no non-consensual contact to be lifted. I believe that.
But the people don't have any knowledge of that, do you?
Oh.
The Lenawee County matter?
No, Your Honor. It's my understanding, speaking with the CPS worker, that they do.
That who does?
Whether it's Ms. Barroso or anybody else from the People's Office, that there's been contact between the DHS attorney as well as the people. That was my understanding. But obviously, if Ms. Barroso doesn't have that information, she does not.
That happens.
So,
lack of communication.
Your Honor.
But who knows?
So a no non-consensual contact would still allow Ms. Thompson to have.
Okay. I'm not going to change it, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to change it until all that information gets to the people. They can analyze that information and then be able to make an entire recommendation regarding bond to
and then you're saying, go tell me?
Along with yourself.
Go do it, but you don't know what it says?
I'm not going to try to make a decision on something like this in the dark.
Good for you.
So
that's fair.
What I'm going to suggest to you is you get the information to the people. If they have it, then they need to find it. File a written motion, we'll set it, and I'll hear it. I don't have a problem doing that, but
yes, sir.
I'm not going to stab around in the dark trying to do that.
Exactly.
And actually, it won't be before me. You're going to have to raise it before Judge Barr.
I will do that, Your Honor. I'll file a written motion and ask to have it heard at the preliminary exam.
So at this time, bond with its conditions will continue.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case People versus Devion Copeland.
Good morning, I'm Robert J. Cole on behalf of Mr. Copeland. Mr. Copeland, would you state your name for the record?
Devion Copeland.
Judge, about 4 o'clock yesterday, I was appointed on this matter. I don't have any discovery. It's easy for me to say I'd like to adjourn this 2 weeks because I have a trial in circuit court next week. That being said, I am requesting a 2-week adjournment, and I'm wondering if the court would entertain putting this young man on tether pending that 2-week adjournment.
I think that's a good idea.
Any response from the people regarding that?
Now, Mr. Kilwald and I spoke with him. I believe he's being held on a circuit court violation of probation. His bond in this case is
So he's not even being held on this case?
Yeah, his bond on this case is 1,010%. He's being held on a warrant on a violation of probation on a circuit court.
With no bond.
I don't know what the bond is, but
that's what's holding.
His bond is
Judge, just for my clients, and again, I apologize for not knowing this beforehand, but he said he did pay the $100 bond in this one. He said he's going to be released on tether. When do you believe you're going to be released on tether in the circuit court?
Hopefully today. And why am I hearing this? He's already paid the bond on this case.
Not getting credit.
What?
You want to ask if you don't get.
What is 2 weeks out?
You want to ask it?
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Can we pass this matter, Judge, real quick?
Don't pass it.
What?
Okay, Judge, we'll keep everything as it is.
That's what I was going to do anyway.
Can I get a Judge?
February 29, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, God.
Court calls the case People versus John Boyer.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay. Zoom call.
I have.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Elman.
Robert Elman with and on behalf of Mr. Boyer, who is here over Zoom. I would like to start by saying happy late Valentine's Day to you.
Oh, gosh.
That's a lot more coming from you than it does, Miss Ann. I just want you to know that.
Good for you for catching it.
Your Honor, I will start by saying this. As you can see, Mr. Boyer is present over Zoom. After our last court hearing, I did discuss with him the importance of being here in person. Unfortunately, his ride to court this morning got into a car accident.
What?
And he has been unable to obtain a ride. However, he is still here in some sense, and for purposes of today, there is some outstanding discovery still there. This incident allegedly occurred at the bowling alley in Chelsea, and we're waiting on some potential security camera footage. So I was going to just be asking for an adjournment today anyway.
For John Boyer,
so I would.
Like that in my head. Is it like a snap photo? You take a snap. Take it your Zoom background.
At least 2 weeks, please.
At least 2 weeks. Why don't we do March 7th? Probable cause conference, March 7th, 2024. 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Wow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's a lot.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I apologize. I just calendar
and what?
And I have a conflict. Unfortunately, Your Honor, I'll have to be in Oakland County that morning.
Wow.
And as you know, I'd much rather be here, but I cannot be two places at once.
March 14th. You good on that date?
It's the day after my birthday, Your Honor. It works for me.
Is it? You're in March, baby?
I am.
Me too. That's why I like you.
There we go.
You are? Okay, some bad things happen.
No. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's it. What's your birthday? 16.
The day
Same as
after
my
his
daughter.
birthday is
Okay.
the day he goes to court. You know what that guy's gonna be thinking about?
It does. It now makes you a special person.
Oh, God.
All right. Court calls the case. People versus Man Davis.
Prosecuting attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of people.
Oh, he's coming off the back.
Lucas on behalf of Man Davis.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, at this time, we'd like to set this for a preliminary exam.
Discovery complete?
To my knowledge, yes, Your Honor.
Was this wasn't one of the ones that was Washington, but
I can address. People would have their witnesses available.
I can address.
People would have their witnesses available the 27th.
Yeah.
Seriously, sir. Preliminary examination will be set February 27th, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Barker. Bond will continue.
I do
Yes.
have one matter
Yes.
relevant for bond. We would be requesting that the defendant's jail phone privileges be revoked at this time. I have notes from interns showing that the defendant has been contacting the victim personally via jail calls. He's also been contacting other individuals. And other individuals have been contacting the victim by calling and leaving messages and asking her not to come to court and to accept the defendant's calls from jail.
That sounds stalkerish.
My victim advocate tallied that he tried to call the victim 8 times between February 8th and February 12th.
Wow.
And the reason we're not just asking for her phone number to be blocked is because he is relying on other individuals in order to contact the victim as well.
She does not want to talk to you.
Your Honor, I have not
my friend.
heard any of these phone calls. She did allow me the courtesy of telling me that yesterday about these phone calls, but I haven't heard them. So without having the evidence in front of me, it's hard for me to argue about trying to have them revoked, but I just ask that you would allow them to stay in place. I have instructed him not to have any conversations with anybody.
Defendant's phone privileges are hereby revoked pending a hearing. You can have that hearing or try to set that hearing before Judge Barr
Good, thank you.
at the time of the preliminary examination, but as of this point, his phone privileges are revoked.
Good. Good.
Thank you.
That's fair. You're being creepy.
Court calls case People versus Gerald Turner.
Fuck him.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Robert Ellman with and on behalf of Mr. Turner, who is here present in person.
Your name?
Gerald Turner.
All right.
Your Honor, today's date and time set for the probable cause conference in this matter. I've spoken with the people. I am still waiting on discovery in this case. The people have made an offer, but I do need time to review the discovery with my client before he can make a fully informed decision on that offer.
I don't have any more of those. Go to the preliminary exam.
Sure.
How much time did you need?
Your Honor, if we could, I would just ask that we set this again for March 14th.
That objection, probable cause conference, March 14th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.